Hey everybody, I just wanted to make one more little tutorial about the course timeline on Tiki-Toki, especially since the first ID step is due tonight. So this is Wednesday, October 6th. The Unit 2 ID step is due by the end of today. And I know several of you are working on this. Many of you have already completed it, and I've given some feedback on those. And so again, I just wanted to point out a couple of things that I had been showing many of you. The first one is just to remember when you're all done, your thumbnail should look like this one, like the one that Marissa did for Wana Asuduri. That means you should see the title, the little thumbnail of either an image or a video, and your name. If you'd really rather leave your name off, it is okay to do that. So, for example, um, you could do something like, Jay put his name on this anyway, but you could put just a short introduction or a short overview of the topic or person that you've chosen in that spot. But what you don't want to see is the whole entry right there in the box. So let me show you what to do about that. I'm going to click admin because this takes us to where we can add our new stories. This is also where you can go back and edit things. This is also the way that you'll add your connection step to one of your peers' posts. So we're looking at this colonial economics entry. I'm going to click into it to edit it. So again, you'll notice that this person has posted their work into the intro space. So what I'm going to do is highlight that, perhaps. There we go. Highlight that and cut it. I'm going to click save. So you'll notice that's gone. I'm going to go to extra info. So this is the place you want to click extra info, and in this box it says full text. This is where you want to post the bulk of your entry. And I'm going to click save. And you'll notice now when I click on more here, hide that. Now the entry appears in normal text. If you do it in the intro box, it's all kind of crammed together and it's in italics. You can see the find out more button. That's where the link to the outside source ends up. So as you're reading each other's work, you'll click into, you don't want to read it through the editor, but you want to click on more. You can navigate to the next one. Maria's just added her placeholder. I know she'll still be working on this. I can go and read about Wana Asorduri. This is especially important once you've completed the ID step because this is a way you can read each other's work, so that you can kind of recognize what's a topic here that will connect to my own. Remember, if you have a topic that doesn't have a connection on the timeline, you should just write a short paragraph that about a connection to a topic that didn't appear on the timeline, if that makes sense. So if there's nothing entered on the timeline that connects to your topic, write a connection paragraph that connects to a topic that wasn't put on the timeline. And when you do that, you can just add the connection at the end of your own entry. If you are connecting to someone else's, you'll just go over here again. You'll find the one that you're connecting to. So for example, I'm going to connect to the Spanish American rebellions. I would click here. I would go to extra info. I would scroll to the end, and then I'd hit enter, give a couple of spaces and write connection, and then paste the paragraph for the connection. That's not due tonight. The connection's not due till Sunday. That's due the last day of each unit. So again, just showing you that. One other thing, I should go back to the one I was in. If image display, remember that you have to click directly on the image. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. I've just copied the URL that was there. So this is from a Wikipedia entry. And that's totally awesome for images. You know, they get their stuff from Wikimedia Commons, and that's a good place to find online images. As I scroll down, I'm not actually sure which of the images this person had decided to use, because the problem came in copying the URL that appears up here. That one won't work. Instead, you need to find the image you want, right click on it, and then choose copy image address. Remember, I'm using Google Chrome, If you're using a different browser, the wording might be slightly different, but you want to choose the thing that means copy the address for the image directly. So copy image address. I'm going to go back over to Tiki-Toki. I'm going to paste that URL into that box and click save. And now you'll notice the image is there. So when I click more, there it is. Hopefully that's helpful. If you have other questions as you're finishing things up, please don't hesitate to ask. Also, do remember that you need to choose topics that fit into the unit that we're currently studying. So for example, you need to fit the chronology and the themes that we're studying. Right now we're working on the colonial era, so that's huge. I mean, that's a lot of time. We're just kind of getting an overview of that, but really focusing on independence, so the Haitian Revolution, Spanish American rebellions. Sorry, I went the wrong direction there. Simon Bolivar, Wars of Independence. All of these things are relevant to the age of independence. Things like the Mexican Revolution are not. And so if you find yourself in that situation where I've given you feedback that says your topic didn't fit our unit, you don't need to redo anything this time around, but I'm just pointing that out so that in the future going forward, you'll be sure to choose topics that fit the general chronological period that we're covering. That is really important because it's hard to address the guiding question if you choose a topic that doesn't fit in that chronology or in that kind of thematic framework that we're working on. So it just makes it really kind of hard to do that part of the assignment, which is the key, the important part. You need to explain in specific terms how the topic you've chosen helps us to answer the guiding question for the unit. All right. I hope that makes sense. I hope it's helpful. Let me know again if you have questions as you're working on these, and I will get you some feedback when I can. Talk to you soon.